Hey there, everybody. And with me today, I lag like crazy. I have Alistair, who is off video today. Jade.
Hi.
Where do we start? Go. It has been. Let's down with. But in the fanboy stuff.
Certain people finally got.
They did finally get their sandwich.
Dude. I'm just trying to even it all out. Got Marvel coming out the ears at this. A lot of information on Marvel. Talk Agents of Shield first.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 weeks we can talk about. I think this past it was probably written ones, whereas unfortunately I can watch the Agents of Shield. Lack of budget that Agents has, but it was just really obvious. When you try to disguise Southern California, it stands out like a sore.
Actually, they probably filmed that in the Mojave Desert.
But it was a little anti thing going. Nothing like the Middle East that I. Glaringly apparent that. Whereas it was well written, it was. I wonder if the Netflix.
I don't know that it's a budget, especially with a network. Harder to go and shoot on.
True.
True.
And like I said, I think that's what shot in New York. They only had to shoot in New York in. Well, they hid their special effects very well. It has special effects. Yeah, Shield has a lot more. The sets they have to build. But when it comes to location, doesn't. I don't know. It was really weird after seeing the Daredevil. Daredevil had a cinematic quality. It felt like one of the movies. It felt like one of the movies. It has a very CSI kind of thing going. It almost has a Magnum PI thing going. The differences kind of was even like the Flash because they're darker. I have no.
Yeah, well, a little bit. I think that's part of the
Netflix only show. The shooting style and schedule is allowing for a more cinematic.
Yeah, because they probably just shoot. Oh, why are you hearing stuff?
That's really weird. I'm hearing.
His mind is.
I hear background. I'm hearing back. Anybody? Who's got the live? but it came through my headset.
What does it sound like?
Talking.
I
Talking?
didn't hear any echo.
No biggie. Okay,
I shouldn't
back to
be
Shield.
echoing.
Now, tell me you. I mean, once I was like, huh, she's got. It
Yep.
was like, yep, she gonna die.
Yeah,
I did
I
not
know
think.
figured the
was
little
gonna
girl.
happen.
I not expect that May.
Oh no, I knew May was gonna be.
Well, there was two Inhumans.
Yes, there was the mother and the.
Both of them have the same power on it.
They
No, the
didn't
mother
know
was
that
strong.
The daughter's power, and it was
That's right.
barely explained.
Power, the superpower, telekinesis or the not telekinetic, the telepathic stuff. But again, and I mean, I saw that, I was like, oh, Calvary, and why the story makes. Now again, it was well written. Yeah,
The strongest episode of the season.
yeah, it was the strongest episode,
Well,
most definitely.
The other reason she doesn't. All those dead people to her, not the little girl. They weren't aware.
True. It was, you know, it was a kind of episode because it really was a stand where it was like they had a little the fringe elements of the. They did the nice little guy and Raina.
But
Now,
but it also
was that
tied in very heavily.
was that really Ruth Nega?
What,
I-
Raina?
Yeah, I did not see the credits. Was that her? Because I know. But it didn't look like
no
Ruth Nega.
idea. I know where
And-
Patton Oswalt is. On that show Battle Creek, he's the main. But
know
I
he did
hope
a
he
stint on
comes
Justified.
back at some point.
Now, I will say the casting of Guy's mother. That woman literally her mother. If you look, if you were to take Kyle MacLachlan together, you'd have perfect casting. I was like, oh, guys, they look like this. It's like that's mom, and there's no denying
guys,
that.
Apparently,
babes.
Chloe Bennett does have some Chinese in her blood. She's Chinese American.
I thought it was really cool, and I love the little. I like. They are built. I'm definitely going to have to be in the.
Yeah,
She is
either
so
her
being
mom or
preened
Daisy.
to walk.
I don't know
So-
if Chloe Bennett.
I don't know. I think she did a pretty good job. It's nice to see her break angsty teenager. That
Now Raina's the angsty teen.
and I like that her superpower is she can clairvoyant.
They were oh my.
She
They're
is the
making it happen.
clairvoyant.
Dun 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 dun.
So the other
So
big.
does that mean we're going to see Bill Paxton again?
Please, Lord, no.
No, but
Paxton
we are gonna
was
see BJ
awesome.
Britt. What's his name? Trip. He's coming back.
I'm wondering if that's.
They said it was that
It's
actor.
hard to mix those.
Deathlock was doing that during,
Whatever
Getting
Coulson
upgraded
told
by
him to
Coulson.
do.
besides getting upgraded by Coulson.
I think he's searching.
Fury.
Tucker.
I think he's
I think
searching
he's
for
searching for the
Stark.
Baron.
I half wonder if
Half of the Avengers. This is where it's gonna. All the superpowered beings. Anime. That's been one of the characters auditioning basically to be.
That would explain what's his name? Who's the other Mac? That's probably in what meant by the room for 10 beds.
it was 100 beds, I think.
Yeah,
100?
there is actual superpower that now it's been rumored that they shot from the set same training suit. So I would not doubt that we Terrigen, and a few other Inhumans. Now, when then Fox had all those have to be. I mean, that's his list.
And by proxy now, fits.
Literally.
So apparently, tablet is tied.
You're surprised
Yes.
by this?
But
More
I don't get.
I'm more interested on the electric hair dryer.
Yeah, as in, how is he going to get out with an electric?
Probably break it off
Noise.
because those are heavy.
Yeah, I'm somewhere along the line. That's what they're all playing off. Except for May Coulson.
Hill.
May, Coulson, Hill.
Well,
Oh,
Hill
well-
is working with Stark. In the Shield stuff. That's right. So the rest of but that's just it. Everybody, Alice and the rest of his crew. Fury is dead, and that's Coulson has the box. Coulson has the box. Fury left him in. Why not just say Fury's alive?
Well, even May is kind
It is kind of weird because I mean,
Well,
I think that's why they stuck the
Simmons
box
would
out.
know. Don't know.
yeah, Fitz might not know.
true. Well, he's gonna find out now.
Trip
I-
would have known.
No.
I don't think Trip was there.
No.
Paxton's character. Coulson, Deathlock. Who else was
Right, Deathlock knows he's alive.
there?
Deathlock.
Deathlock knows he's alive.
That's pushing it, though.
I think if
Of course,
Ward
that might-
Now, talked about this off the air. Special that was on night before and right after the fair, Clark Gregg showed up and asked small screen. then at the end of join them as they do, I'm like, happening. What are they really going to try to tie it into the film? Or are these characters
Do you think
going to
this
be
is
on
when he's
Agents
going
of
to reveal himself? Oh,
That'd
hey,
be
I'm
awesome.
alive.
Well, Cap must have been doing something this whole time. You know, they could tie that in, like Fury had Cap go to train people or something.
Well, Coulson's been all over the world, recruiting people and doing. Obviously, he's working alongside them, so he has to. They have to know either he's a. Even if it was just a tie it in that way. I don't know. And say something getting out of hand on my.
What bugs me? Party scene out with them. Oh, so shouldn't Coulson kind of be hanging party?
Maybe he is, and
If he wasn't
we
being
just
hunted.
didn't see it in that scene.
I'm still trying to figure out where
Daredevil is. I'm
before Civil War, obviously.
guessing it's before.
They said it was 2 years later. Yeah,
The Battle of
they
New York.
mentioned that it was 2 years back on New York happened. I think it just because part of the Marvel. I mean, a lot of people are complaining that how does it tie in? How does it tie in? They don't all show up in each other. It runs along that same line. Daredevil is its own. Just now coming into his powers. I mean, I don't even know. How do they know he has powers? He does have powers. He can sense, but that shouldn't register any power. Not something he was born, or something that is outwardly seen. He's just a guy that beats the snot out of alleyways.
The interesting one should they cross over
yes.
constantly in the.
Well, courtesy of Kingpin, yes.
Not
Yes.
even just Kingpin. They run into each other all.
They do. I mean, well, it's because they all now. Wolfie,
I
you're
haven't
through it, right?
seen any of it.
No,
Don't
you
have
haven't seen any
Netflix
of it.
currently.
Cade, you've seen all of it.
I've seen all of it.
Alistair is still playing,
Yes, he
Yeah.
is. He
and
Yeah.
you're one episode in.
and I'm like 4 or 5 episodes.
Okay,
in.
so you've seen enough of it. So you should be able to power. It is never that bothers me. From Hell's Kitchen,
I was wondering where that.
west or looking slightly south or slightly north. And I guess if you're not from New York, you're not going to know from New York. And I was like, wait, how come I do not see the Avengers Tower in the background on any of these shots in the city? And unless it's there, there are a couple of times where you off of the skyline, where you, especially when they're in Brooklyn. So it kind of was like, okay. I know the show was being long before the Spider-Man, Parker, there was all that kind of stuff. So I mean, that's why the Daily Bugle was kind of bothered me. Now
Maybe
they can use the
because
Bugle. Dark Tower rebuilt.
Maybe it has a cloaking.
which technically should be in the books. I guess that's what he bought. That's what they're claiming. That's the address, which should be Park Avenue, somewhere along the line. Especially, I see it from the air, but Daredevil too much. Aside from, again, having watched all of this, the entire day, the cinematic quality of Daredevil. So well done, so well written. D'Onofrio is
I honestly,
so good as Kingpin.
I honestly did not recognize him at first.
his D'Onofrio. I likened it to Pyle from Full Metal Jacket. If Pyle didn't die, obviously extremely intelligent fire he has, but he is completely insane. He's nuts. He's out of his mind.
Yeah.
Do they
Yes.
address super strong?
Yeah, to a point. Powered
He's
person,
just
Well,
but they
Kingpin's
show
never
him.
been
They
a
do.
powered
Whoa.
person, but
a very large,
for a
very
normal
strong
person,
Yeah.
insanely fast. And
Yes, and he is just. D'Onofrio is a big guy. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I'll just say car door versus human body.
Yeah.
That was so
Wow.
gross.
No,
Don't say anything else. Just what?
from what I've been reading, because David Tennant is, and that is a really. I don't know if he can bring to.
David can play Demented.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
I'm not
think
saying
Tennant's.
I don't know what you know.
Yeah, he would be. He's not flamboyant as the Joker. Psyche. Right? He's twisted in that way. Takes delight in the stuff.
He's moved past from his powers, and he's moved into. I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah. Now you know what's funny? I was worried because how far are they going to push outside the realm of comic book? Even even though Daredevil have the code that they have to show, even though imply an awful lot, which they imply an awful lot more than you actually see. I think 10 times worse than if they actually just showed it outright. And it's like, oh, and by the end of the episode, you're
Well,
yeah, he's really doesn't. I mean, he doesn't attack. He just pummels people.
like it's really weird that because in some ways Daredevil.
Well, Punisher just doesn't give a. That's the easiest way to describe him.
True. Well, that's the talk to him about. Actually, starts opening up to does they address the plot? Not Bruce Wayne. He's not a fists, and that's what he has. Knowledge of the law. Got this sense of justice that has to happen. But
Yeah,
he- He just
I pretty much equated Tony Stark as being Wayne of the Marvel line, whereas Daredevil is the Batman persona.
past, whereas the troubled past, that Batman side of it, if struck a lot watching the Daredevil, how much it really was, how much I really wish that the Batman movies had Daredevil.
Now, I had a Daredevil and what I kind of a distinct line somewhere in the early 80s where it goes from a joyful tale of someone just being pummeled repeatedly tragedy. Are they more there? I take it this series pummeled repeatedly tragedy
This is
than the
lies a really heavy.
because like if you read the jumping off a building, he revels in the fact that
They don't play that. Tired of watching his city. Had enough. It's like he's been, like enough is enough. I'm tired of watching cesspool, and that I mean they don't.
I mean I know that very much the same vein. I'm just fed up with the cesspool.
That's insane.
He is, but if you similarities to Daredevil are amazing, like the whole truncheon thing and everything.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if character to translate okay onto the screen.
A lot of people think haven't read the good movie. He really like if Batman is somewhat normal movie, Batman as weird as
Yeah, I've read a few. I mean, I used to. I always found him just crazy. He's just.
we had the whole
Yeah.
multiple personality.
Opportunity with what Jessica Jones is supposed to probably talking November, December. Again, it's going to be interesting because that's taking longer a superhero, a foul mouth, cigarette smoking, private investigator, which I guess they just released. And Luke
I
Cage,
just
there's
can't
another
wait till we
character.
get Iron.
That's gonna be the last one, isn't it? Now, is he gonna go as Power Man,
They haven't really.
or is he gonna be Luke Cage? It sounded so much better.
Yeah, but he hasn't been power.
And is he gonna wear the bracelets? He's gonna.
I seriously doubt it. Interestingly enough, my 90s when Punisher was on the run, black, and he runs into Luke Cage, and this is like just after Luke Cage has dropped the costume and Power Man thing, and Iron Man or Punisher's like, "Oh, I knew a guy like that, Power Man or whatever." He goes, "Power Man anymore."
Had surgery.
Look it up. It happened.
This another dude.
Well, you're talking about some Frankenstein.
You couldn't pull that comic book. Couldn't pull off that story. His computer. I don't know.
No,
I'm
I'm
very
still
interested
here.
to see. Because a lot of people, I mean, I know very little of the character. I'm looking forward to Iron. It's I mean I want to see the kung fu green outfit.
Well, what I think is the odd way they could at the conclave in the mountains where Sky is Kunlun. I don't know if that's what they're.
Oh wait. Oh. Hold on a second. There's a Madame Gao.
Madame Gao. She's
Wolfie just mentioned. What's the city you just named?
Kunlun K. Where Iron Fist is.
Isn't that a mystical city?
Yeah, but like now there's like 7.
Is
Really
it where he's
confusing.
from or where he?
I think it's where he was trained.
He was
Because
There.
he
'cause
was
as I
trained
understand
there,
it,
but his
he's-
dad is actually sort of from Kunlun.
This
Because
is
as I
how-
understand it, he's like
Yeah, but see, his dad was from. That's why they were in the mountain, and he got taken in.
So there, I'm just realizing all because and he knows exactly. I would say it, and I'd be like, "Oh!" I will just say it seems to tie in very close to Shield, and it's just a throwaway line. It's
this is
it's
actually
how they do
something really
things. It's like they
big.
just tie it. It's like, oh, we'll just throw this line. What was the other one? Oh, Daredevil went after his father died in Saint Agnes orphanage, which is the exact same orphanage that Scott.
Really?
Doesn't
They're
Yes.
roughly the same age, aren't
Yeah, they are. No,
What was the big shock?
nothing. That was just she's 5. She had no idea.
Okay, they acted like it was more.
But they
Probably
did.
because I'm guessing it. Reason why 26 most likely only had her for a year before. What's his name? Hydra guy. Help me with the name,
Whitehall.
Adam.
Whitehall.
Yeah, Whitehall. I'm guessing Whitehall took Daisy's or whatever her name is. Pretty much took Daisy's mother, cut her to pieces when she was just a year old, I'm guessing. And so pretty much they hadn't seen her for 25 years. 24 in the case of Daddy Dearest. Maybe that's why it's such a 26.
Adam, this. Okay, there.
Yeah, I'm having issues. coming up. Oh, the Marvel logo's up right.
Yay.
Oh yeah, there was news now. I guess Marvel tie-ins to everything and everything. I guess Marvel had already had a contingency plan. Way that Kevin Feige and Robert Downey Jr. have been talking in interviews. Kind of cool. And
So what about Hugh Jackman?
right now, I don't think Fox and Disney get along. Star Wars releases out digitally, all but episodes have been altered, so there is no 20th Century Fox logo. Star Wars, or the original Star Wars, Fox owns that one, and that one has the 20th Century Fox logo. Everything else has fanfare logo.
If Disney really wants on when they do the Avengers Academy, Hugh Jackman should be there, and they should just say, "Who's that?"
You know, Disney is a juggernaut. The fact that any company sit there and go, yeah, well, I mean, come on, they cancel. Let's see, they killed Deadpool, even though the Deadpool movie canceled the Fantastic. Couple of X-Men books and stuff. Like, you know what? We're not any help with. Yes, you've got our characters. Any of this stuff, and we're just gonna let you shoot. Watch it fall apart. That's what Sony did. Sony, look where they. You
Well,
seem
that's
to be
because
doing
they
this
couldn't
right.
make a good Superman movie.
Hasn't been able to pull a good movie. X-Men 2.
I don't know. Days of Future Past was pretty good.
Yeah, I like Days of Future.
Days of Future's Past, but it crap that had happened before that.
Brett Ratner.
Wipe the slate clean. It's like the Wolverine
The only person
wasn't
who remembers
bad.
is Wolverine.
Wolverine wasn't bad.
Had to go back and erase his work on Superman.
True. Made Superman a deadbeat dad. What's wrong with you? And a stalker to boot. Have not cast anybody. Black, white, Latino. Haven't said anything.
They designed a new costume.
How much more classic can you get? Costume. They added the webbing under the arm.
Was it Romita that used to do?
Eyes, and then McFarlane did the really half his eyes, or half his face. Now, McFarlane that did the really designed the costume. It wasn't John Romita, was it? Directed it. I don't think he did. I don't know. It should be they again. Much as now, it's really funny. I liked the Amazing Spider. I loved the costume in that movie. Costume with different eyes, identical. They changed the spider on the front a little bit and the eyes a little bit, but it was Sam Raimi's costume.
Did they get rid of the basket?
No, it's still there. All
That
the
was
textures
what-
are almost identical. except for the eyes and the.
When I saw all the ads for the Spider-Man movie, I just thought
That was the first. Bought basically a.
Here's my question. Since it is pretty much been said that that Spider-Man is gonna, are we gonna have J.K. Simmons in it?
I don't know. I have to
Because
bring him back.
Because it's honestly not Spider-Man unless you have J.K. Simmons in it just bad mouthing.
Well, they have to have Jameson.
I hope they bring J.K. Simmons because he's a good Jameson.
Well,
on an Oscar.
What I think is interesting, Spider-Man they're bringing in is they said the Spider-Man in Civil War Parker going forward.
True.
They did not kill him at the end of the movie.
Miles Morales.
If they're gonna follow, they're gonna characters. There are going to be deaths all the way through. Captain America being the biggest
we don't
one.
have any Black Goliath.
We have a Hulk.
Have you heard the rumors that
Yes. Not listed as. No skin off my. Fine with it.
Well, that's only in the Ultimate.
Still sick and disgusting.
What?
You didn't know about that?
What if at the end, Gordon appears, grabs Quicksilver?
Huh. Are they Inhumans, though?
I don't think they're in. They're
know.
Miracles create.
Pokey stick. Pokey stick.
Here's the thing. Need I remind you of Sky? Nobody knew about Sky or even Reyna
until the
after. Yes.
But they had powers, though. Silver had his powers. Scarlet Witch.
They were calling them Miracles.
True. Now we do know there's going to be an Inhuman. Black Bolt and a few of the other ones.
Yeah, I thought that got bumped
a little bit. Not by.
It got pushed by. Which I am so glad.
Does whatever Spider does.
Everybody's flipping out. Oh, not gonna get an origin story. Gonna get Spider-Man. He's here. Boom, done.
We're gonna get an actual good Spider-Man film that doesn't involve an origin.
Kind of like Superman. You don't need a character's been around for 80 years. Like,
Killed
yes,
Uncle
we know.
Ben enough.
I've seen it enough. There are people in the middle of Africa who have never read a comic book who know how Batman became Batman. Well, and now it's like, say you were to bring They need to do an origin story. Costume in the middle of the night. Think, how do you hide in that costume?
Moon Knight has like
Costume in the middle of the night, kind of shiny and reflective, with a big silver crown catching light, and he chases.
well. Also, he's running around. How long do you think his costume?
Should be more like a dingy gray.
Yeah. So, since talking about Marvel, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And since you were sick the past 2 weeks, I would
Yes.
ask, what did the last Deadpool announcement?
Which one? The where he
Yeah.
thought it was. Now you know what's real. I have no. I mean, I think what the writers did with, and other writers took it over. Sure, he's funny. I always found him to be broke the fourth wall. It was cool. Watching the stuff that awesome little shot. I was like, okay, that's funny. That's basically Fox sending a character off, but my movie's gonna rock. Knowing that they're gonna play, not going for the serious Fantastic Four comic book movie. They're going. I mean, come on, eyes. So they're gonna have the white eyes, comic books, and they're gonna move. So open up. That's what they're going for. Life on screen the way it looks exactly like the comic. Ryan Reynolds does such a good. I'm actually excited for it, even though
I think he's all.
I'm honestly surprised that Extra actually went along with that joke interview.
yeah, and it was perfectly done. It was whack, and he just takes him out. It's like, and he calls him Slater.
Don't worry, Ryan. Slater won't hurt you any.
So Oliver stuff. Because if they're doing Deadpool when he's working
Loudmouth, constantly talking to the screen.
Do you think we'll see either Cable, Bishop?
Liefeld will never shut up. I think it's hilarious. 5 years.
I think if
It's like Harlan Ellison.
with I think with them staying, we might see Domino.
Ridiculous character. He was ridiculous when he started. What are his powers? I got big guns. What is his powers?
Son of Scott Summers.
What are his powers? Still, I have red Cable. I know that. What's he do?
That is a valid question.
I'd have to look. I know
It's really funny.
The X-Man version. Telepathy or something.
Telepathic and telekinetic abilities is what he was.
He rarely uses his powers, at least in the.
Only one life.
Well, and he's got like the cybernetic.
Basically, he's the 1990s comic book character.
Yeah, that's
With
somehow
the
survives
evil,
to this day.
With happened to Strife? Anyway?
Probably killed him off.
That's how you know a character is worth.
Well, you know who Strife is.
Yes,
right?
I know who. It's just I have to look it up. Daredevil. You always know.
Now, did they ever address?
Strife is the clone, as far as
And then I guess at one point, Cable was running around. The X-Man was.
Destination
what
Paradox?
books? Well, doesn't he time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So
the
that
X-Man.
could be it.
I think the X-Man Apocalypse version. It's really confusing.
It should be okay. There's one. They brought what's her name in? Psylocke. Now,
I don't know. I don't
she
know
looks
if
the part.
she can act well enough to play.
Exactly. I'm like, I mean, there's more to Psylocke than just.
Psylocke is such a.
One of the few
Because-
characters that got such a. Wasn't blonde, but she was.
She was
back up later,
Betsy
and she was Asian.
Braddock. She was British. She was related to Britain, and then somehow her mind got body in like the early.
We need another Elektra.
And the
Well,
weird
they
thing is
kinda
when
set
she
her up.
It was
suddenly
weird. It
in
was
this
really.
adult sex pot body.
Well, that's because the way she was drawn. Liefeld got there. I mean, she was drawn in that.
What is it? Jessica
hunchback
Rabbit
kinda-
says.
Yeah. I think the first time I was Psylocke was one of the old X-Men Genesis games. Children of the Atom? That's the fighter. There was quite a few. There was a few Marvel franchise games that were on the Genesis at the time. I just can't remember which game it was.
I don't know. I know. Plan Despair. But
I thought they retconned her again. So
I don't know. I know.
who else did they cast? Was there other casting news on the X-Men? They haven't really said a lot. Oh, Angel. There was
New
sneak peeks
actor.
at the Archangel stuff. Like, how are you going to squeeze all? I really think it's fun. They are like it never
Can you
happened.
blame them?